Hello and welcome to my first, technically my first long form talking video on the channel, because I've already posted an introduction, and I posted a Geometry Dash video of me completing a normal freestyle medium. You can go watch that right now. That's me completing Good Morning, I think it was. Pretty sure it's called Good Morning. So yeah, there's a video of me completing that. That's my 921st star in Geometry Dash, and I'm trying to get to 1,000. Sorry if my arm keeps doing this, because I've got my iPad in front of me with the US Open draw for the mixed doubles tournament. And speaking of the mixed doubles tournament, let's get right into the video. So I'm going to predict basically the entire draw. Starting off with Sabalenka and Djokovic versus the qualifiers. Were they qualifiers? I don't know if they were qualifiers. I don't think they were. I think they were wild cards, actually. But yeah, unseeded. Maybe not the favourites to win. Sinakova and Patton. So I think Sabalenka and Djokovic will win now. I reckon in straight sets. I think first set will probably be 4-1. I think the next set will be tied. I think that will be a 5-3, I think. I'm not entirely sure on that one, or whether it will be 5-3, but I reckon Sabalenka and Djokovic easily going to dominate that one. I'm actually going to pick up the iPad because it's a lot easier. So, looking at the draw, Svitolina Monfils versus Iarla and Auger-Aliassime. Now, Iarla and Auger-Aliassime have both had brilliant seasons, and obviously Svitolina Monfils, they're aging, to be respectful. Obviously, it's Monfils' last season on tour. So with how Iarla has been playing recently, and how Auger-Aliassime was third seed for Wimbledon, and how I think he's going to be third seed for US Open as well. So yeah, I reckon they will win that. I would say it will be one set, or they'll go to a tiebreak and they'll win it, I reckon. And then we got the 4 seeds, Bencic and Cobley versus Townsend and Zverev. Obviously, Zverev probably going to be top seed for the singles draw, and Bencic, she's a very good player. No, they're not on the same team. Yeah, Bencic is a very good player. Obviously, Cobley has been playing very, very well recently. He obviously got to the semis of Cincinnati, being taken out by Fils. So I reckon Bencic and Cobley will beat Townsend and Zverev, because I think Zverev obviously has that edge over the other three, but I think Townsend, in the nicest way possible, might bring him down a little bit, maybe a few unforced errors from his side. If Zverev plays really well and so does Townsend, I really think they could win, but for me it's Bencic and Cobley in 2. And then we got, obviously, the favourites, Serena Williams and Carlos Alcaraz versus Rutzelev and Glaspool, 2, experienced doubles players. So Alcaraz isn't an experienced doubles player. Serena Williams absolutely is. She's a brilliant doubles player, winning, multiple doubles Grand Slams. But I reckon with her age, obviously she might not be as good. I think we've seen now from her going out to Maya Joint in the first round of Wimbledon. But I reckon Alcaraz and Williams will win this in 2 sets. Obviously, that's just me kind of biased, because I think Alcaraz is going to win everything, even though he will, because I'm an Alcaraz fan. So yeah, I reckon Alcaraz and Williams will win that in 2 sets. Maybe not as easy as some of the other matches might be, like Sabalenka and Djokovic winning, but I think they'll definitely take it too. Now onto the bottom side of the draw that's going to be playing on Louis Armstrong Stadium. Mukova Mensik versus Mladenovic and Aravelio. Obviously, Mladenovic and Aravelio, 2 very good doubles players, but I think Mukova Mensik, just because of their quality in singles, I think they will edge the 2 doubles players. I reckon on a tiebreak. I think they'll win that on a tiebreak. It'll be very close, but I think Mukova Mensik just have that slight edge on those 2. Now Navarro and Paul, 2 very good players, versus the 3rd seeds Anisimova and Lerner TN. Obviously, all American clash there. All 4 players are American. That's actually the only time that happens in this draw. So Navarro Paul, Navarro used to be very good. I know she still is, but I think she isn't as good as she was, and I think in doubles she might struggle a bit as well. Obviously Tommy Paul, he's had decent runs in Toronto and Cincinnati, but I think Leonard Tien, he's doing amazing at the moment. He's up to like top 15 in the world. And Anisimova, obviously, you know, she's top 10 in the world. She's been there for quite a while. So I reckon the seeds will win that in 2 sets. Now on to the Russian pair of Andreeva and Rublev versus the 2 doubles. I think they were wild cards. I'm pretty sure Irani and Vavasori. Very Italian names there. So yeah, obviously Irani and Vavasori, 2, you know, Italian players, 2 good doubles players. I think they will beat Andreeva and Rublev, because Andreeva, as much as she won Roland Garros, she hasn't really done much since Roland Garros. And Rublev, you know, used to be a brilliant top level player, but he's fallen off recently. So I reckon the 2 Italians edge this one. Schneider versus Ruud. Obviously, Schneider couldn't find someone to play with until, you know, very late on. I think I checked on the Sunday, which is the day before the draw came out for the main draw. And it said Schneider and to be confirmed. So Ruud, you know, obviously stepping in, you know, I mean, it's free money technically, because already just by getting into the first round of this, Ruud has earned himself 40 grand, maybe 20 grand if they split it, but I don't know if they're splitting it. I reckon they will. Obviously, but them 2 playing Pegula and Fritz. Obviously, Pegula and Fritz. Pegula, she's third in the world, and Fritz is, I want to say Fritz is 7th in the world. I don't know necessarily if that's right. He's definitely top 10, and I think he's had a really good season. Obviously, he won Washington. He's had decent runs in Grand Slams. So I reckon Pegula and Fritz will easily take that in 2 sets. So yeah, now moving on to my predicted quarterfinals. Obviously, both players getting 60 grand if they reach the quarterfinals, which is just incredible, especially for, like, you know, a fan week kind of, you know, a fan week kind of event. To have that prize pool is very, very amazing. So my predicted first quarterfinal is Sabalenka Djokovic versus Iarla Auger-Aliassime. I reckon that Sabalenka Djokovic have this in the bag. I don't necessarily know if it will be as close as people may think this match would be, because I think Sabalenka and Djokovic, obviously Djokovic best player to ever grace the earth, and Sabalenka the current world number 1. So I reckon they take this in 2 sets, quite easy 2 sets, because as much as Iarla and Auger-Aliassime are 2 great singles players, Sabalenka and Djokovic have past experience with each other. They know how each other play, and Iarla and Auger-Aliassime don't, and they are not as good doubles players. So I reckon Sabalenka and Djokovic have this a pretty easy win. Now on to Bencic, Cobley versus Williams and Alcaraz. Now, as if I was being biased, I would say Alcaraz and Williams would absolutely clear them, because I think if we were doing like a United Cup kind of, you know, style, so like men's singles, women's singles, and doubles, I reckon, you know, Williams and Alcaraz would clear. But because it's doubles, I'm not too sure. I think Alcaraz can obviously outplay Cobley, he can outplay Bencic. I reckon if Williams has a good match in this, then she can beat Bencic. Like, she can outplay her on, you know, skill based on this match. So I reckon Alcaraz and Williams do win this match, but only slightly. I reckon it will be a tight final set tiebreak for them to win this one. Now back onto the bottom half. So my predicted quarterfinal for this is Mukova-Mensik versus Anisimova and Lerna Tien. I think as much as Mukova-Mensik will be a good pairing together, I think Anisimova and Lerna Tien just absolutely clear them too. Lerna Tien at the moment could probably beat Mensik. Anisimova, I reckon if she has a good match, I know Mukova got to... What? Nothing. Alright. Yeah. Alright. My bad, guys. Where was I? Oh yeah, Anisimova Lerner TN, Mukova Mensik. Obviously, you know, they are two very great players, like I said. But I think Anisimova and Lerner TN, they edge. They just have to be better than Mukova Mensik right now, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna say Anisimova Lerner TN win this one. I'm going to say straight sets because I think it seems like a fairly easy victory for them. So now moving on to Errani versus Vavasori. It's a really odd name. I know it's Italian, but it's still an odd name. So yeah, I say that... my bad. So I say Errani and Vavasori win this. 100%, they definitely win this. Now... Pegula Fritz. Now, as much as they are good players, I think Errani and Vavasori, their double skill will just take them a level above, I would say. So yeah, I'm going to go for Errani and Vavasori to reach semi-finals. So for the semi-finals, in fact, a semi-finals which will be... There'll be £250,000, so 125 grand each for the people in this. And I'm going to say Sabalenka Djokovic. I think Williams and Alcaraz will beat them too. I think they might not have a good game, but I think Alcaraz and Williams get to the final. I'm going to say straight sets. Hot take, but I'm going to say it. And now Anisimova versus Anisimova and TN versus the two Italian doubles players. I think Anisimova and TN win this in straights because I think by this point, Errani and Vavasori, they've had a good run, but I don't think they can really go any further. So yeah, I'm saying the final is Williams Alcaraz versus Anisimova TN. And unfortunately, as much as I would love to say Alcaraz wins, I think I have to say Anisimova Lerner TN wins this. I'm not 100% whether that will happen or would happen. But I think I'm just going to have to say it. Anisimova Lerner TN win the mixed doubles tournament. Thank you for watching. See, like and subscribe. And yeah, comment down below what other content you want to see from me. Because I'm going to be trying to make a lot. So yeah, stay tuned for that. See you later.